Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to make a notebook from scratch. I think I have this signature, and this is like just regular lined paper and some coffee date paper and more lined and square paper and some handmade paper and then squared paper. And I already poked holes in all of the signatures, as you can see at this side, using this. I made this one template, so I have the holes all in the same places, and then I poked the holes using a needle. And now I'm going to cut out the cover using this cardboard thing, and then I will use this fabric to cover like this side, the outer side of the cover, but I will paint this fabric black later. So first I'm going to cut this cardboard into the cover size. In order to do that, I have to measure. So these were my measurements, but it's not really important. You can make the book as big as your pages are, and you don't have to follow my measurements. And then I cut the cardboard out into the right size for the cover. Here I'm scoring 2 lines for the spine using a pencil, so it's easier to fold the cover. And now I'm making another cardboard piece in the size of the spine to improve the strength of the spine. And I'm gluing on this cardboard piece using some PVA glue. Now I'm cutting out the fabric into the size of the book cover, but I left around 1 inch at each side to fold the fabric in later and make it like a cover for the book cover. So I'm using my acrylic color to paint this fabric black. I could actually just use black fabric, but also the paint give it a more stiff texture, and I don't find my black fabric, so I'm just doing this. So now it's all covered in black paint, and I will continue after the cover dried. So in the meanwhile, while waiting for the cover to dry, I'm going to bind the signatures using a thread. And I will double layer it. And I'm making a knot at the end of the thread. And here I'm starting to bind my book together, and I'm not really good in explaining how I did it, and I saw this technique on C Lemon's video, so she's really good at explaining how she did that, and I will link her video down below, so if you don't understand how I do it, just watch her video. So basically on the first signature you make a knot at the beginning, and then you make like a running stitch if you know hand sewing, and then you go back and do the same running stitch but in the opposite direction, if that makes sense. And then at the second signature, after each time we go through a hole, we will make a loop through the thread at the signature underneath, and then go back into the same hole, and then inside we move to the other hole, and again go through the thread, make a loop on the thread on the signature underneath. Look, my English is so bad and I'm very bad at explaining it, so if you don't understand what I mean, please just go ahead and watch C Lemon's video. She explained it super good and I learned it from her video. And this is the cover. So later on we will glue this inside the cover like this. So now I'm going to glue on this fabric that I already covered with acrylic paint on my cover using some PVA glue or white glue. What I'm going to do is cover all this surface with my white glue and then glue it on the fabric. Try to place it in the center of the fabric and then push it down. But you have to make sure that we have enough fabric on the spine so we can fold it later. So I will try to like this, and then we will give it enough room on the spine. And now we're going to cut the edges. Like in here, I will make a cut. And here I will shape it like this. Leave 1 or 2 millimeters to fold it like this, and I'm repeating it on every edge. And now I'm gluing the fabric using PVA glue and fold it inside. And I always make sure that there is enough fabric left so I can fold the cover and there's not too much tension, so it will be hard to fold the cover. Still fold nicely, as you can see, and now I'm gonna let this glue all dry and then I will be back to put the book together. Here I have some wrapping paper and I cut it into 3 pieces, one for the front of the book and one for the back of the book to cover the end and the beginning of the book, and one piece for the spine, and I'm gluing it onto the spine first. And this is optional, you can use any paper you want or just to make it look cleaner, and I choose this wrapping paper just because I like the cactus print on it, and yeah, that's how I made it. You can see the size of this paper is the same size of the pages I have, and it's folded into two. So one side I will glue on the cover of the book, and the other side I will just glue on a little bit onto the book block, but the book block I will glue on at the end. And now, after we glued on every part together, I leave the book to dry overnight or even longer until the glue is totally dried, and then we can continue on putting on some details on the book. Here I have some leftover scratch paper, and I will cut it out into the same size to make some tags to put on the sides of the book. So this is the book almost done, and I'm just adding a little bit of things to personalize it, but you don't have to, or you can do it the way you want to. Like, as you can see, I add a little bit tag off here, and I will do it to the other signatures too. And then I just added something like this, you know, for the person that I want to gift it to. And here I want to make like a little pocket to then put in this letter I already made in this pocket, and yeah, just stuff like that. So I'm just adding a little bit of glue, and then one here inside, and then glue it on my book. Tags, because I have different papers. We have our tags on the side, so you can see, so like every signature has their own tag with different papers in them, so it can be more organized for the person who uses it. And I have my pocket back here. Put this letter inside, and I'm going to add some papers just to make some notes. This maybe one of these. This one, this for here, and then this one to secure, and one here maybe. Okay. This, and then my little letter. So quick flip through to all the pages. This is the book, all done. And of course you can personalize it more. I would actually like to add some gold paint on these edges, you know, like make it more something, and add something in the middle of this cover. But because I want to give this book to my sister, and she is not really, she like clean stuff, and so I will just leave it like this. I'm holding myself back to leave it like this, and leave it to her however she wants to decorate it, or just leave it like this. So this is it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.